This weekend marks a major milestone for women's soccer in Canada. The NSL, the Northern Super League, is set to host its first final with AFC Toronto taking on Vancouver Rise FC this Saturday.
We're so lucky that we had the two experiences playing at that stadium. That is going to help us quite a bit now.
I'm happy to see that in the opener and in the semifinals, especially the last one, the players were stepping up.
So those were the head coaches of both teams weighing in before this weekend's big match. NSL is Canada's first professional women's soccer league, and its creation is the focus of a new TVO documentary called The Pitch. And joining us now in studio is co-founder of the NSL and Olympic soccer star, Diana Matheson. Great to have you back.
Thanks for having me back.
Congratulations, first of all, on this first season. Every time we have you on, I think, I'm looking at the person who made it happen. And I know there was a team, but you were so intentional and you really led this charge. This doc is about the journey on getting here. I want to share a little bit of that first.
Our players are ready. Our fans are ready. The strength of Canadian soccer is through equality.
So that's the celebration, but this documentary also takes us deeper into the roadblocks that you faced and how you moved them or worked around them. Take us back to those battles. What do you remember about them?
Yeah, it's we signed up with Michelle Hoser and her team, who's an incredible filmmaker. She's made over 30 documentaries, and we signed up with her for her to tell the story of the building of this first women's professional soccer league in Canada and that journey. And I would say she ended up telling the story of Canadian women's soccer and the decades-long battle to get what we earned over the years. Yeah. And I think it ended up being a much bigger story than just building a sport league. And I think a lot of women in sport will relate to a lot of the messaging in the film, but more than that, women in so many industries, yeah. Media, tech, nursing. I've had so many women come up to me and say, this reflects what we've been to. It's really powerful, and I encourage everyone to see it.
And a really honest look, which is where the power of it comes from. What's been most satisfying for you in watching this historic first season become a reality? I remember talking to you and this was a hope.
Yeah, 100%. And it was, it was hoping if we build it, they will come.
Yes.
But we didn't really know if they would. All our players were employed in existing leagues and clubs around the world. They had to take a risk on a new league. Will the fans come? And so happy with the outcome. The play on the field has been absolutely electric, even when it snows in Toronto.
I love the sellies in the snow wings.
And we, incredible Canadian players. You saw Esther Okoronkwo there. She's a Nigerian international about to win African Player of the Year. Scored a hat-trick against Montreal in the semifinals, so she's on fire going into this final. And Ottawa-Vancouver semifinal here was the game of the year, I would say. But yeah, if anyone's been to a women's pro sport event, you know what it's like. It's a different buzz, it's a different vibe, it's a different community. And if you're in and around the GTA or Southern Ontario, make the trip, because there's only going to be one first final and you don't want to miss it.
Oh, historic. And we are at the final match of this historic first season. We've got AFC Toronto taking on Vancouver Rise FC. What can fans expect from this matchup?
Competitive game. We built this league to be competitive from top to bottom, and AFC Toronto and Vancouver Rise are 2-2-1 on the season, so totally deadlocked. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere in the stands. Like I said, there's always a buzz at women's sports events, and with this final and with the crowd in the stands, like I get goosebumps already thinking about what it's going to be like on Saturday.
Come on, can you believe it? You're going to watch this, and not only are you going to watch it, but can I point out to everybody that whoever wins is going to get a very special trophy, which is called the Diana Matheson Trophy.
Yep, the Diana B. Matheson Cup. Something I didn't ask for, but the board and the owners made that decision, and I'm not gonna lie, it's
you and Lord Stanley,
cool.
my friend.
Yeah, it's surreal, and you know what? I'm honored because I feel like, again, like women in sport, the current players, past players, hopefully will feel seen that this is a trophy that has, a former women's player's name on it, which I think is maybe not the case anywhere else in the world.
It is just incredible. There's so many wins, literal wins from the teams, but also just symbolic wins. But how do you measure success of this first season?
Yeah, we had a lot of KPIs this year. What would attendance look like? What would revenues look like? What would broadcast look like? And we compare ourselves to the global industry we're in, all the women's pro soccer leagues around the the world. And we're really happy with where we're ending year one. We're actually 4th in the world in average attendance already, even though we built this league from scratch. We had almost $30 million of revenue. It's already put us in the top 8 leagues in the world. So really strong basis to build from. But, you know, we knew we were building in one of the best women's sport countries in the world. Even though women's pro sport didn't exist in Canada 2.5 years ago, it does now, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger every year.
You built it, they came, and the dream is a reality all the way to the Diana B. Matheson Cup. Congratulations. It is really a momentous time. Congrats.
Thanks so much.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.